going on there, YouTube? Happy 2018. New year, new build. I picked this up a while ago on Amazon. I got it for like $135 or something. It was pretty cheap. You know, I've got a long history at Tamiya. My first real RC, hobby grade RC, was Tamiya. And it's just something about putting together a kit. You get a little strung out doing these custom builds. And every now and then it's fun to just put together a kit. Follow instructions and not really have to engineer it as you go. You just put it together. So I've had a lot of M cars. I love the Tamiya M chassis. I've had way back in the day, I think it was an M02 Mini Cooper, maybe an M01. And I had that and bashed it for a while and sold it. And then I picked up a M03 or a newer version of the Mini Cooper back 10, 12 years ago. And had some fun with that, bashed it and sold it. And I guess it was not that long ago I picked up another one. And I bashed it around and sold it. So the last one I had was the M05. And that is a front engine, front wheel drive. It's a very good platform, but wasn't really what I was looking for. I bought a used, it was a TT01 with a 3 Racing M chassis conversion. So it was 4-wheel drive drift car mini series. I had a Datsun 510 body. There's a couple old videos on it. I had it way too fast. It was geared super high and it just was a screamer. You couldn't control it at all. It'd sit there and spin the tires up to 50 miles an hour, just sliding back and forth. But it was fun. It was fun to get out and bang around with. But as the crawler stuff got more, I got more into that, and the channel started picking up popularity. I got rid of that in lieu of other builds. So I always liked the Volkswagen body they had, the Beetle, and it was, I think it was the M02L that they had it on, long M02 chassis, which was still front wheel drive, I believe. I can't remember. They've had so many variations on them. But the new M06 came out about the same time I bought the M05, and I was a little jealous. I wanted a rear-wheel drive, rear-engine car, and the Beetle body fits that because in real life it's rear-engine, rear-wheel drive. So yeah, I just happened to find this on Amazon and I picked it up. So I think it's the same body that's on the new FX01. They have the rally version. Seen GCM Racing did a video on that, and I don't know. I looked at the two chassis, and the M06 looked a little more serious than the other one. It looked a little bit more toy grade. It was like the TL01 of minis. It was like a clamshell, and the gearbox and stuff was all contained in the chassis, and I didn't like that. So hopefully this is a little bit more. This looks more like a standard touring car chassis, but as with all the Tamiya M cars, I'm sure it shares 90% of the components with the original one. All the control arms and the steering and suspension stuff is all going to be the same, but our engine's hanging way out in the back, and I'm interested to see how that works. Now I've got plans for the body. You know, I'm not good or a fan of Lexan, but I am going to paint this on the outside. I've got to go get some paint. I want to do a light patina and just have like a little rat bug. Nothing wild. I just want something I can go drift around and rear-wheel drive with. I am considering, where are they? Oh, I've got them on my other chassis right now. I've got the old HPI Cup Racer. They're a smaller, they're a little bit, I think they're a 1.6 size, but they're the Porsche wheels, the old style Porsche wheel. And thinking about putting those on here because they have a drift tire and they've got a higher offset. So I don't know. We'll just see. But let's do this unboxing, see what all this thing includes, and maybe we can get to work on it today. Alright, so same old Tamiya box art they've had on the Beetle body. Nice looking, factory looking rig. I've got some ball bearings here for this kit. It's like quite a variety of sizes for the M06. It's a must have, you know, especially the way the M05 was put together. Oh, it was difficult. I bought some hop-up parts, an aluminum motor plate and stuff for it. And you pretty much have to disassemble the entire car to pull the halves of the chassis apart to add things to it. So with the mini cars, it's a good idea to at least do bearings at the beginning, with most cars. But yeah, get this out of the way. So up top we've got the body. Now one cool thing about this, we've got scale chrome bumpers. I'm not sure what some of this other stuff is. Got the license plate light holder, a couple other things, headlights, mirrors, front and rear bumpers. Very scale looking. This is heavy. So this is our gear bag. We've got all our screws, all our gears, our can motor. I think they offer this in several different varieties, and I believe the reason this one was so cheap is because it did not come with an ESC. Some of them come with the standard ESC, some of them come with the even the sport tuned motor now, which would have been cool to have, but you know, we'll just keep it simple. I have to find an ESC, I don't have any more spares. Standard Tamiya can motor. We've got all our gears, our little tool bag, springs, and a little tiny bumper. little teeny tiny bumper. So I don't want to dump all that out yet until I'm ready to start putting it together. Now we got our Lexan body. And you know, Tamiya is top-notch Lexan. You just can't get the detail in most other brands. All the hood ridges, so you can see those in the light, all look spot on. It's got mounts and stuff for the plastic headlights. It's not an oval window. I'm surprised they went with the standard rectangle window. But one of my favorite things about growing up with Tamiya were the body holes are already drilled. That was always such a convenience. Now that I'm into all this scale stuff, I wish they weren't, so I could try to do a magnetic mount or something, but it makes it a heck of a lot easier, because I messed up plenty of like HPI bodies and stuff like that trying to eyeball the holes. I didn't have the right tools, and I was a little kid. It was back in the 90s, so you know, it happens. But yeah, this is very detailed, very cool size. I'm curious to see how that fits on my TAO2 short wide. Just curious. I know a while back I put my Sand Scorcher body on there and it looked pretty good. The wheelbase was close, but I didn't like the Baja look on a drift car. It's an awful big parts tree for not very much. We've got steering knuckles. Nothing real exciting there. And this looks like every other Tamiya M chassis with the same style bumper. We got our shocks, which are not oil filled. They're just plastic with springs on the outside, which is good for bashing, but not great for adjustability. So we've got our rear gearbox, which I haven't seen before, which looks like a standalone unit, which would be a vast improvement over the M05. Lots of little odds and ends I haven't seen before. Tire foams, don't need to explain that. We got our little M tires. I wonder if they're different compounds since they're in different colored bags. I think they are. These feel super soft. See if it says on here. Those are S grip, and these are, what does it say? These are just the standard ones. These are super firm. Those are super soft. So I guess that's pretty cool. I've never seen them do that with a Tamiya kit. Got our little chrome Volkswagen wheels, little 1.55s. They look pretty good. Got more chassis components. More chassis components. And more chassis components. Most of these M cars are adjustable wheelbase. Some pieces are not included to make it the length you might need, but you can pick them up on eBay. So that's our main chassis. Feels real nice and solid. To me, this stuff's always super durable. May not be the most scale suspension, but it's pretty durable. We've got an antenna tube. They still give antenna tubes. We got painting instructions. We got window masks, and we've got our instruction book. That's one thing that bothers me. They've started doing. They used to, it was vehicle specific instructions. Didn't matter what chassis it was, and now they've broken it up where the chassis has its own book and the body has its own book. I always liked having my manuals with the body, the picture of it on there, but it's nothing really important. It's not super thick. It's pretty basic. I love these old drawings here. But yeah, looks pretty straightforward. So yeah, not sure if I'm gonna get started today or not, but I've been wanting to tear into it and take a look. Let me know ideas for colors. I want to do something simple, just one color with a slight patina just on the roof and a little on the hood. Nothing fancy. I do want to paint it on the outside of the body. I've yet to actually do that yet. I keep talking about it, but I always end up getting away from Lexan. Let me grab this chassis here. Just curious to see how close this is to the Sand Scorcher. Wheelbase looks pretty close. I bet it won't fit over because of the width, but so the alright, that might actually work. Well, that's something I was curious about. The TA02 short wide is the same wheelbase as the M06 Beetle, which I think is a longer wheelbase of the mini chassis. So that would be another body option for your TA02 short wide. Might be a cool option. But anyway, guys, I'll keep this one short. Appreciate you watching, and like, subscribe, and share. Check me out on Instagram, and you can see sneak peeks of what I'm working on. But we'll pick this back up again in the next one. Thanks for watching.